Stan, we are in front of the Ruin Synagogue. And what about climbing up to the roof?
We did, didn't we?
In that case, let's continue. But I want you to see the Rambam Synagogue.
Yes.
It's just beneath it. We won't be able to enter. But this is a synagogue from, I think, 12th, 13th century. Then that's the entrance to it. And above it is the Ruin Synagogue. And the view is spectacular. It's so hot, but we are very happy. I mean, look at Stan, he's smiling. We are now in the Jewish quarter in the Hurva Synagogue, the Ruin Synagogue. We will climb up to the top of it to see the view of it, which is beautiful. Then you are part of us today. Let's start the tour.
Okay.
Now this is up. Let's climb from here. Let's do that correctly.
Okay.
You can see a mosque in the Jewish quarter, and we will ask ourselves why there's a mosque. Actually, there are two mosques here. Ooh. There is it. To climb up, we use the elevator, but if you want to see the view, you have to climb it, and there's kind of, I don't know, 50 stairs up.
Circular staircase.
Yeah. Then this is the Jewish quarter. We already know that in 1948, the Jordanian occupied the Jewish quarter. The old city was supposed to be owned by the United Nations, not by Israel, not by Palestine. And they destroy it, including that beautiful synagogue. That synagogue is called the Ruin Synagogue because it's been destroyed twice. It was built first by the Jews who came to the late 18th century. They had no money, they loaned money from the Arabs, they couldn't bring it back. Then you know what's happened. Second time, in 1948, it's been destroyed by the Jordanians, like they destroyed most of the city and most of the quarter. But they didn't destroy the 4 synagogues, which are somewhere there, and they used it as a stable. Then when we came back in 1967, we purified it and built. I mean, now it's serving as 4 different synagogues. It's a beautiful museum. It's actually not a museum, but I'm using it as a museum. Don't miss it if you are here in the Jewish quarter. Then what a mosque is doing here? That is the Jewish quarter. Then the story tells us that one of the children here, Jewish child, converted himself into Islam. All the Jews around it were against it. Then when the mother died, before she died, and she was the last one of the family, she donated it to the Waqf. Then here we have a mosque. No one is using it. It's on top of a very old 13th century synagogue of the Rambam, which is just beneath us. Then the Jewish quarter, as you can see, it's totally new. I think you know what it is there. That's the Dormition Church with a beautiful pyramid. That Mount Zion. On Mount Zion we visited the tomb of King David, the room of the Last Supper. You already been in Oscar Schindler tomb, which is there, and what you see right now, it's the House of Mary, the Dormition Church, that reopened 2 days ago. Worth it or not?
Very worth it.
Well, right, and then in that case, another place that you cannot miss anymore. Then let's make a round tour.
You want to go ahead?
No, it doesn't matter. And we will see Mount Zion and the Temple Mount. Excuse me, please. Now, in front of you is another synagogue that you can see that they are rebuilding it. It's called Tiferet Israel, and the view from there, Stan, will be the best view of the city, if you ask me. But the one who is building it now can see it. We cannot use it yet. And one day, can be about 20 years from now, I will be able to climb up.
When it's finished.
Yeah, to see it. But you can see Mount of Olives and the Dome of the Rock, which is a Muslim place. The Dome of the Rock is the site of the Jewish temple. And you already been there.
Yes.
It's the house of God according to the Jews, the only holy place for that. You know the Temple Mount because of the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, which is one of the walls that King Herod built to create a plaza. On top of it, he built a Jewish quarter that was between 2 to 3 times higher and bigger than the Dome of the Rock of today. According to the Islam, Muhammad ascended into heaven from there and met God himself, who gave him the 5 prayers of a day. If it'll come to the shade, you can see Mount of Olives. We actually visited a little bit today, but on top of it you can see a tower. This is the area of the ascension. That's where Jesus ascended into heaven and promised us to come back. The left one is Augusta Victoria. Remember we visited the Dormition Church?
Yes.
The Kaiser got the Augusta Victoria as a present from the Ottomans, and the Dormition Church for the Catholic. Augusta Victoria to Lutheran Church. And you asked me where is Mount Scopus. Can you see the white buildings look like it's like the old city?
Yes.
This is the Hebrew University on Mount Scopus. And again, the Jewish quarter is new, because in 1967 we came back, we excavate, and Stan and I we are going to see one of those priest houses from the time of King Herod, 1st century, of a very well-known priest family, and we will see there a video about the last days of the temple, the moment that it was burned down. If there is a place that I'm jealous of, is that building of a family. They have excellent view.
You mean the 2 little domes?
Yeah, the 2 little dome.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place.
In the United States, that's called a roof deck.
It's a roof deck, but I'm still jealous.
But no shade.
No shade, but they have the kind of the umbrella, and they can be there at, let's say, 8 p.m.
Yeah. Now, is Mount Scopus a high point in relation to where the city is?
Yeah, a little bit. From there, it's another excellent viewpoint.
I can just imagine Titus and the legions.
And the legions entering to Jerusalem.
Right
But
there.
Mount Scopus is from the word to watch, to see, like.
Making the idea.
Yeah,
This is how I'm going to invade.
And the word Scopus is from the word to watch, to see. And the pilgrims, the Jewish pilgrims who came to Jerusalem for the first time, saw the city from there. And I like to start, when I'm doing the tour with a car, I like to start the tour from there. Shade make it a little bit better now. It's still hot, but I think it's excellent. What's the time now, Stan?
12 after 1.
All right, then 12 after 1 already? Then we have to run away.
Okay.
Nothing will happen if you will miss the first 2 minutes.
Just let me take a picture of Mount Scopus.
No, do that. Then I will talk about the Christian quarter that he already knows. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Where is the church? The sun is in my eyes. I'm blind. Now you can see the 2 domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Take a picture of it. Let's take a picture of. Sorry that I'm doing it quickly. We have to run as quick as we can to the Burned House Museum, but let's try to enter. It's cool now, isn't it?
Can't have it up here in the shade.
Oh, they close it. That's not good. It's supposed to be open.
lunch break.
No, it's supposed to be open. Well, let me see. Maybe that one is open. Yes, let's go. Look at this synagogue. Right now, I mean, this is beautiful.
That deserves a picture.
I know. Sadly, we cannot enter to the synagogue. When they rebuilt it, they actually asked themselves, should we open it to the public or not? As you can see, not. I've never been in there. I saw it only from here. Look at that. Dharma. Look how beautiful it is.
It's Sephardic, right?
It's a Sephardic, yes.
Yeah, because the beam is in the middle.
No. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's Sephardic. And if you like that video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And we are rushing. Bye-bye.
Rushing.